All right, and this is the footage we took on the gimbal, which was attached to a backpack over your shoulder. Right, and we just got this with the actors. This was the second day. We just did this a few days ago when I got back from New York with the equipment. Now we're on the Alpha 7. The moon is up and full, and we're just trying to play around with it. Now we weren't able to hook up the Shogun to it, right? Because we had trouble with the cable and with the mounting on the gimbal.
Correct. So we just didn't back mount the.
Yeah.
I was me walking backwards. I was just looking through the.
Yeah, and
the camera itself.
And we were using your 40, so we were stuck with like a 2.8 aperture.
Yeah.
We weren't able to take full effect, and we weren't able to shoot 4K, so we have less data too. So we're essentially just trying to figure out, with these worst case circumstances, what we can do with light. And this flashlight seems to do pretty good. It's just pointing the wrong way. I mean, granted, the actor wants to look at the ground, but we want to look at the actor. Right, and we're gonna see very soon, like when we finally get light on the actor, even in color burn mode. Like I said, a lot of that grain, the color burn eats up a lot of the noise, which is good because this camera was particularly noisy that day.
Yeah, we're also shooting at 128,000 ISO.
Yeah, but I think didn't we needed to, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like that's not good. Although we can, yeah, but now see what I like about the gimbal though, that we were talking about earlier today, it has this other word. The stability is almost unnatural, or I guess uncanny might be a better word. So that when there's the parallaxing that's happening when the actor's moving towards it and the background's kind of staying the same, it doesn't look like he's in that environment. It doesn't look like a green screen. We know it's not a green screen, but we feel like it is, so that's where it feels sort of inhuman. And I guess for this movie, it kind of creates this surrealistic tone to it, which might be nice for the journey section of it.
I think the biggest reason why you're seeing that is because where we're shooting is so not hilly, but it changes very quickly.
Yeah.
So he's moving like up and down very quickly, but because and I am too, but the camera's staying still.
Yes.
And so is the background. So I think that's what's creating that effect.
Yeah, and that's sort of like a lucky thing we kind of fell into. So we had never used a gimbal before. It was sort of a gamble here for this project, and there are a lot of headaches that come with it, but it's creating this extra effect that we weren't expecting, and I think that's going to help these images pop if we can get them pointing the light the right way. And now I think so we were back on I think in this round of test footage I didn't even bother with the third option, the red on blue with the darken mode. It's just too noisy. We already had noisy footage in this one, and it was just way too noisy. So this is something we're going to try to do, Alberto, right? This figure in the background, we can play with that contrast because we notice it.
Yeah.
But we don't, it's not overt. It's just kind of, if Gumby's climbing up that hill or if he's coming from the side, it's just it's a neat little thing that you might notice on the second or third time. Yeah, look at him, right? Just look at where that background is with him. It doesn't even look like he's attached to it. He's completely out of this environment. Yeah, I don't think we'd use a gimbal on a lot, but I would definitely. Yeah, and there's me right there. But we definitely use it. I definitely like using it on this project.
And I like the silhouette that gets created when he's pointing the flashlight at the trees.
Yeah. Like maybe that's how we get him through the woods then, because
I think I like that better.
Because that light should be bouncing off a lot of those things compared to when he's in the open space and has nothing to hit back on.
Correct, because we wouldn't need to illuminate him at all.
Yeah.
He would illuminate the background, which would cut him out, and would create a silhouette.
And ideally, we spend enough time with him in the beginning in the car, and when he meets the girl, that we should already identify enough with him to be able to be behind him for a little bit of the film.
And we can always switch when he gets into the clearing.
Yeah, I think we'd have to. Right, and then that can give us a chance to kind of show some of the people that are hiding in the background that he wouldn't be aware of. Yeah, so here we are. We're still playing with the contrast. That sky, that's a night sky, but you wouldn't be able to tell. So that's at least the Alpha 7's being able to do that for us, to make it look a little bit like day. There's just a lot of noise accompanying it. So we're going to have to find a better way to denoise it. Yeah, and I like the moving up too. Anytime this camera's moving, like it looks like the world's moving around it more than anything else. So I like that effect, I guess. Like it makes the space itself, the environment itself, feel a lot more distrustful. And since that's sort of one of the things we're trying to do, that he's in this spot where he doesn't belong, I think that helps it. I think that helps create that fear because it feels so much like he shouldn't be there because nothing should be there. All right, and then there's me moving around the background. See, and that last one was a lot harder because I was too much in line with that instead of the sky. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we try to get it at a lower angle and tilt it up more.
We can do that, but the descent,
yeah,
to that like tree is it's a descent. So
yeah,
if as long as people are kind of like walking behind him,
okay,
I think we should still be able to see them.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, see, like right here. So here we like this color burn here. The light is very strong. It's still some noise there, but it's not. That noise makes it look more like 16 millimeter than just digital camera noise. So it's got a nice grunge. It's got a nice texture to it that I think would work in a shoot like this movie, especially if it's black and white. Right, it's got like this punk rock feel. Yep, and there's a silhouette there in the background, not moving. So it might be a tree, but maybe it's not. And I like these parallel views too. I think if we get that type of movement through those trees like we were talking about,
yeah,
I think that'll be a very cool effect.
Because I think we had an idea, because we were having issues with getting me.
We can't because your rig is so wide.
Yeah, and tall.
And we don't want that path to be wide. See, like right there, the silhouette moves across.
Yeah.
When it's in the sky, we get lucky. But you're right, that's on that descent. Yeah, so your camera's so wide, we didn't want the path to be too wide for the actor and look like a path. But if he's not taking that path because you're going on the side of him, we should be able to get clean from it.
And that would allow us to do that kind of like parallel movement.
Yes, right, and then and especially with all the trees, I think that'll be a really neat effect. So yeah, so when we're testing it during the day tomorrow, when we actually shoot, all we just got to keep in mind is we know the sky will be way bright and everything else.
Yeah.
So look to see where people are crossing that horizon. Then we don't have to worry about it not being day. It's going to happen anyway. And then I think this is right here at the end, right before it crosses the tree. So thank you all for watching. Alberto did some good camera work here, all working on instincts, and we hope that you'll like Taillight when it finally does come out. Okay, there we go.